moms. Whether you're a mom to people or fur babies, or you might be a mother figure to someone in your family, very important role that you play. In any case, we need to honor our moms, and that's what I want to talk about today. Welcome to Thursday Thoughts. I'm Linda Petuch, Creative Memories Independent Advisor in Jupiter, Florida. And today I have prepared multiple pages for you to see different ways that you can honor your mom, grandmother, any mother figure. Perhaps you are going to be celebrating for Mother's Day and you want to have a page for that, or maybe you're getting an album ready, like a heritage album, and you want to honor your moms in different generations, and then also make a remembrance page for yourself. In any case, I'm going to give you some different ideas. I hope you like them, and I'm going to also show you what materials that I used, and I started by thinking about frames, and because, you know, when you think of honoring someone, you put their picture in a frame and maybe put it on the wall. Well, in our albums, we can frame them as well, and Creative Memories has these wonderful frame punches, but I also like some of the other punches, and I turned them into frames, and that's what I'm going to show you. So let's get started. Now, before I start sharing my pages, I just want to show you this, my I think it's Crazy for Craft or Craft Happy or the new collection. Anyway, this is the scalloped crochet border. Now, it's not a frame punch, but I did punch it because I want you to see how beautiful it is. It is really, really a pretty design. And you could use this, you could use it in some of the ways I'll show you for non-frame punches, but I just wanted to at least show you this today so that if you're thinking about buying this, you need to do that. And there's a special right now where if you spend $100 affiliated with an advisor, you get a free gift. There's a special promo going on. So anyway, that's our scalloped crochet that you can either buy with the bundle or you can buy it separately. But I thought you might like to see that. All right, let's get started. So besides the punches, I keep a lot of my embellishments in here. I think these things are made for maybe die cuts or something, but I use it for my embellishments. And I have them either by category or color. I have several of these bins, and they have little containers that fit in here, but I use it for these because they fit beautifully. These also fit in the the rainbow dot card pods as well. Oh yeah, here's the container that they fit in. Okay, and I have my bling in here. Actually, I like that at the front so I can see that. But that's what I did. I dipped into these when I was making the pages, and I wanted to have either different colors, different designs to embellish my pages. Another thing I wanted to mention was that this was from Secret Box number 1 this year, 2025, and it is going to be on sale again on May 9th. It is gorgeous. And now I didn't use a lot of the stickers on here. I did use a couple, but I'm kind of saving this because I'm going to be making an album for myself. I'm being selfish here, making an album for myself about all of my involvement with NASA when I was teaching. So I want to keep a lot of these celestial things here, but just check it out on the website, because you know when you buy this Secret Box, you get the guidebook and everything, and the paper is just beautiful. So that's something I want you to check out. And I did make one celestial kind of page. And I wanted to leave my options open. So I did make a moon, and on that moon I actually made 3 of the moons. This was the inside of the, I think this is maybe next to the largest middle-sized custom cutting system circle, and I used the red blade to make that moon right here. And then after I made 3 of them, because I thought, okay, I might want to have the message, love you to the moon and back. I might want to have love you to the moon, or I might want to say, Mom, my shining star. So I left that there. Now this is one of the frame punches. This is the cloud frame and border punch, which means you can do borders as well. But you know, when you're doing a frame punch, there are these little lines on the wings here, and that's where you line up your paper. And then remember, you get those wonderful little squares at the end if you saw my last video. So this one I used the cloud punch, and I thought I would do like a nighttime sky, but there can be clouds in the sky. as well. I cut an oval. I used the oval cutting system, and I cut it with the blue blade. Or no, this might have been with the green blade. I made a bigger circle so you can cut the photo a little bit smaller. And then in addition to that, I put a little banner that you could use for journaling. So you can have one special picture of Mom on there. That'd be beautiful. The next frame punch that I used is the petal. It's called the petal frame and border. And I decided to go with some blues and teals. This is one of my favorite blues. I love all shades of blue. This is one of my favorites. So I just went through. Now, they were doing a special on some of the flower embellishments. I don't know if that's still going on or not, but I just dipped into my flower embellishments that I had and added decorations here for two nice pictures. This might be memories from a celebration or just something special with your mom. The next frame that I did was the leaf frame. That's this one, the spring leaves, which is beautiful. And on here, I decided to play with the lettering. You know how they do Mom and flipped over as wow? I agree. So I have that. Just some corner embellishments. I wanted to leave this open. And then with these flowers, they had a few little journal boxes. So until I know what's going to go there, I don't want to put this down. But that's an opportunity, though, that you could add a little journal box, maybe put a collage of pictures, or just one really nice, or two really nice photographs there. My next was, this was also a frame punch, as you can see. And I combined, no, I didn't combine. Okay, this is a single one. Okay, so this was the arch frame, which I think is so pretty. And I was going to add another frame here at a smaller one, but I thought this was just so striking. And you can see so much of that gold shimmer. I did use I think it was chili pepper, red cardstock on here, and then let that gold shine through. And then I did cut a couple of little mats for the photos, 4x6, which, you know, you can put them little cattywampus, or you can put them side by side, but that's ready to go. You can fit two, and you know, if you did smaller photos, you could fit more on the page. My next one is this beautiful Baroque frame and border punch, frame and border. Remember, all the frame punches can also be border punches. And this one, this one of my favorite shades of blue. So I cut, this is where I cut this one with the blue blade, so that then you could cut a photo with the red blade, and that'll just give it a little mat there. And then these squares are 4x4. These embellishments were from that boho collection. I just had it in my little pack of embellishments, and so I pulled those out here, and a little bit of bling on there as well. Okay, this one I combined two frame punches. So I started off with this geometric one. It's a geometric frame and border punch. And then I decided, you know, it has to be an even number when you do the frame punch, even measurement. So you start with a 12x12. So I made this 10x10, and then I punched it with this dollop arch frame, because I thought it would be nice to have like a double, actually it's more like a triple frame here. And then again, this might have been in I think Our Moments, perhaps, but I just went through my embellishments and found things, and of course I have to have a hummingbird wherever possible. And so I put this here. Again, you could put one beautiful picture, you could put collage of smaller pictures, but it's just a really nice way to frame and honor your mom, or a mom, or yourself. Now, I couldn't just stick with frame punches. So I pulled out my other punches that I just love so much. This is the beaded ovals. I just think it's such a pretty design. So what I did when I used them that were not prescribed as frame punches, I cut it, and then I just did the slightest little bit of trimming, because you know, sometimes when you punch it, it'll have like half of the design. So to make it look more like a frame, I just trimmed it off. So I cut 4, trimmed it off, and then I double matted in the center. This always reminds me of Vincent van Gogh, with the swirls right there. This is an old CM paper, but I think it's so beautiful, so I used it. These embellishments also were from that boho collection. But it'd be a great way for you to do one large, beautiful picture, a couple of 4x6, 6x4, or some smaller ones right in the center. Now, I believe that this punch is no longer available. Luckily, I grabbed the floral ribbon, but any kind of the chain punches that fall off, that have a pretty design that you like, this you can do this. So on this one, I put I cut it and I let it overlap a little bit, and this makes it very flexible. You can put those flowers wherever you want. Depends what you'd have on the other side, or if this was a title. I did cut a couple of pieces for Matt of the cardstock. This is the I think it's called pale pink or light pink. Anyway, little pink shimmer, because I like the shimmer. And then because I use these flower embellishments that were shimmery, I thought the shimmer paper would be good. This is from that gradient, oh my gosh, that collection of paper that we had, the rainbow gradient. So this was one of the green papers. Okay, so that's what I put this on. And I do like to use double-sided paper because I use a lot of top-loading pockets. So there's that little pinky one. Again, this was not a frame punch, but I turned it into a frame. Okay, this one. I don't know if this one's still available. Elegant Diamond. It may still be available. You may have it. So Elegant Diamond, I did the same kind of thing, and I cut the 4, and then I overlapped them a little bit. This was that rainbow gradient paper as well, with the yellow on the back. And then these are old flowers that were in my yellow flower container, and I just added those to add a little bit of spot. And because I knew that these had the little shimmer on them, I picked the leaves that had the shimmer on them. You know, we do have the shimmer pens now, so you could add shimmer if you don't have the shimmery leaves and you have those pens. That would be a good way to do that. Okay, the next one. I thought, okay, I better make a double page. So here's what I did. I used, well, I kind of had that set aside there. I used this leafy vine because I think it's really nice, especially because I knew I was going to be using flowers on the page. So I did, I decided because it was going to be a double page, I didn't want to make another one here. I wanted to leave it like a giant frame on here. This is, again, is an old embellishment. I figured I could put a little journaling right here. And then I cut Matt's, and I could have done the purple, but I decided I would just make it a little more subdued, so we focus more on the photos. And you can arrange these any way you wish. You could do it like this. Like this. One of these could become a journal box, and I have popped these up on foam squares, so you see you can slide that right underneath if you have excuse me, a photograph that you have to put on there. So I am ready to celebrate myself, other moms, to honor them, especially when I start doing my heritage album. I'm going to want to have different things like this. Now, I did want to mention one more thing, and that is my fur babies have been great shoppers for Mother's Day over the years. So if you are going to be honoring your fur babies as their mom, remember we have our little puppy foot punch. We also have the cat. This is called Feline Dine. And then we have the little doghouse. So you can add some hearts and some puppy prints, or some kitty prints, or some kitty little fish in the bowl and whatever, and you can have that on there as well, so that you can honor them as their fur baby mom. Oh, I also wanted to mention, this was paper cardstock that I sponge painted with Creative Memories pens. It's going to be easier now when we get our new paint equipment, but I used that, and then I punched it after it dried. Then I punched it. So a lot of things to remember, but I think that's it. And I hope this gave you some good ideas. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some good ideas. If you are a mom of a fur baby, or people, or anybody else, I hope that you have a wonderful Mother's Day if you're watching this before Mother's Day. But then maybe like Earth Day, every day should be Mother's Day. What do you think? Anyway, do you have any comments or questions? Please put those in the comments below. If you have not become a subscriber, I would appreciate that. Thank you, all of you who are my followers. I appreciate your support. I will put links in my description for some of these products and my website, Linda's Scrapbooking Station. So until next time, happy scrapbooking.